Erik Ten Hag's strict Manchester United regime shows that one key staff member influence. Steve McClaren is the key man, undoubtedly a well-known name amongst British football fans, whether that is from his short tenure as England manager, the second shortest in history, or from his impressive Carling Cup triumph with Middlesbrough back in 2004. It was certainly a shock for most fans when he was appointed as Erik Ten Hag's assistant manager this season, but judging from recent form, it was certainly a good choice. The English journeyman has already had incredible success with Manchester United as an assistant manager, as he was Sir Alex Ferguson's hand-picked right-hand man from 1999 to 2001. During that time, he helped United win 3 Premier League titles, 1 FA Cup, and who can forget the 1999 Champions League trophy, completing the infamous treble. His first spell at the club was full of success, and he won the league in every season while he was there. Unsurprisingly, it did not take long for McClaren to be given a managerial role, and Middlesbrough soon came knocking. While in charge of Borough, he became the first English manager to win a major title since 1996 with his League Cup victory in 2004. Then he was appointed as England manager for 18 games. After he was sacked from his international position, it was a rocky 15 years which saw him manage 4 championship sides. One major explanation for McClaren's appointment is his history with Ten Hag himself. They worked together at FC Twente, except this time, Ten Hag was McClaren's right-hand man. The pair guided FC Twente to a respectable second-place finish in the Eredivisie and qualified for the Champions League. While Ten Hag would go on to leave that season, the Englishman won the title next time around. Clearly, he earned the respect of the new Manchester United boss. McClaren has a reputation to be strict and disciplined, which is an ideology that Ten Hag is noticeably trying to enforce with his new team. He is a manager that is certainly not afraid to change things or challenge ideas, as shown by his decision to leave out former captain David Beckham from his England team despite nationwide disagreements. Marcus Rashford was recently dropped for a game after turning up late to a meeting, despite being in great form, which shows that Ten Hag and McClaren are making United a serious and cohesive team. He has also been known to challenge those above him, as shown by his decision to resign from Nottingham Forest after finding that he had not been given the resources he was promised. Ten Hag has certainly avoided hiring a yes-man, and he will no doubt be subject to honest and brutal opinions from his old boss. McClaren also has a history of inspiring an unparalleled level of fight and determination in his players. Not only was he a part of the historic comeback for Manchester United in the 1999 Champions League final, but he guided Borough to 2 miraculous comebacks against FC Basel and Steaua Bucuresti in order to reach the UEFA Cup final. The fight required for historic comebacks is a requirement ingrained in Manchester United history, and Ten Hag has been after that level of heat all season. Without a doubt, Steve McClaren's greatest asset is his psychological understanding of his players. It is a major part of his game which has helped him bring the absolute best out of his players. He has shown that with his management of Juninho from that famous Middlesbrough side, combined with the tactical prowess of Ten Hag, McClaren can turn good players into great players, and that usually ends in trophies. In other news, Qatari Sports Investment consider purchases of Man United, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur could all be under consideration for a bid from Qatar Sports Investment. According to reliable outlet Bloomberg, the 2022 World Cup hosts have already held talks with Premier League clubs. QSI chief Nasser Al-Khelaifi is believed to have met Daniel Levy over the possibility of purchasing a stake in Spurs, while spokespeople for both Northwest rivals declined to comment on speculation. The Qataris are thought to be keen on acquiring a Premier League club, both as a result of the league's ever-growing popularity and as a hedge against their assets in less desirable leagues. QSI hold a stake in Portuguese side SC Braga and of course own Paris Saint-Germain. It would not be the first time they cast an eye over English football, having previously considered purchasing a stake in Leeds United back in 2019. At the time, Leeds were in the Championship and may not have been all too attractive a proposition for the ambitious investment group. Now, buoyed by having hosted the most expensive sporting event of all time, the Qataris are said to want a high-profile piece of the Premier League. But while Bloomberg reports that a full buyout is under consideration, there are important wrinkles that would complicate it. UEFA rules will not allow the teams with the same outright ownership to compete in their European competitions. However, there is nothing to stop one group from having minority stakes in multiple clubs in the Champions League. Therefore, unless QSI are willing to give up PSG and do it quickly, the purchase of a minority stake in Man United would be perhaps the most likely outcome. The Glazer family are said to be looking to resolve their situation by the end of 2023's first quarter. So while QSI could become part of the picture behind a full sale, an outright takeover by the sports fund is unlikely.